British Airways will be getting rid of its Boeing 747s over the next 5 years. That much has been known for some time. They're going to replace them, we learned today, with Boeing 777s. Now, if you take the value, some reports value the order in excess of $440 million before discounts per plane. It's a blow to Airbus, which had pitched the A350. So here we have the two planes on either side. According to their websites, the 777-900 over here costs around $400 million. The 350-1000 over here is slightly cheaper. But money was not the factor when it comes to these two planes. It's which was the best aircraft for the best routes. So one may be bigger than the other, but the 777-9 would allow BA to run the four classes of First, Club World, Club Euro economy, and Premium economy. It also had fleet commonality with the other 777s that BA has in the route. It begs the question to you, what's your favourite phone? Join in the conversation, your favourite plane. Get out your phones and go to cnn.com/join. And tonight we're asking, which is your favourite plane to fly? You've got the 747, the 777, the Airbus A350, brand new, or the Super Jumbo, the A380. Go to cnn.com/join and vote. Now, as for the two planes, or the plane that BA did decide to go to, the 777-9, it's not flown yet, it's extremely popular, it's racked up a lot of orders. And it comes as British Airways parent company, IAG, is reporting a rise in profits. The chief executive, Willie Walsh, told me why it chose Boeing over Airbus for the order.
I'm delighted to have ordered the 777-9. I think it's a great airplane. I'm a big fan of Boeing, having been a Boeing pilot in my early career. So, I don't allow these biases to influence our financial decisions when it comes to aircraft choice. But I think this is a perfect aircraft for British Airways to replace the residual fleet of 747s that we've not yet replaced.
Why the 777-9 over the 350,000, or the other 350 variants, which you have already bought, so there would be commonality across fleet?
Yeah, it's principally a size issue. So with this aircraft, we'll operate it in a 4-cabin configuration. So we'll have first class, business class, economy, and the premium economy cabin. We'll have 325 seats, and that's very similar to the configuration that we have on the 747. The A350-1000 is a smaller aircraft, so this really fits the bill in terms of size. We will have further aircraft to replace going forward, the fleet of 777-200s that we have, and clearly that gives both Boeing and Airbus an opportunity to bid for that business. But I think it's the right aircraft, very efficient. I think our customers will love it. We like the changes that Boeing have made, and we're very pleased with the agreement that we have with GE as well, which is an important factor in acquiring the aircraft, having a good relationship with the engine manufacturer as well.
Numerous airlines went out of business during the course of the year in Europe. It obviously tells us that times are hard and yields are soft and passengers are being fought over. Would you expect to see more airlines go?
Yeah, regrettably, I think more airlines will suffer. It's a challenging environment. We're doing extremely well in that challenging environment, but we're looking at a fuel bill that will increase by about another 800 million euros in 2019, and that's on top of the almost 700 million euro increase in our fuel bill that we witnessed in 2018. Now, there are a lot of airlines that will not be able to cope with the volatility that we've seen in the fuel price. And as you said, it's mainly upward pressure on the oil price that we're seeing at the moment. So I do expect the weaker airlines to get weaker. And in the case of some, unfortunately for them, they will disappear.
My next question can be really very simple. Are you ready for Brexit in all its extremes?
Yes. That's a simple answer to what is a very complex issue, but yes, we are.
If we look at the performance of the airline, or the group of airlines now, excellent results, no doubt about it. So what is your biggest worry as you look forward? Because maintaining this level of profitability will become more challenging. I notice in looking at you kept costs very well under control, and your capacity and revenue rose pretty much in lockstep. So what now is your biggest concern?
You know, to be honest, Richard, I'm not concerned about anything that's within our direct control. You know, there will always be issues outside of our control which will impact on the business. The general macroeconomic environment is clearly being impacted by some political issues that we're witnessing at the moment. Anything that impacts on global GDP tends to have a negative impact. You know, a downward impact on global GDP tends to have a negative impact on the airline industry. But as I look into 2019 and beyond, I see no reason why we shouldn't be confident about our ability to compete and continue to grow, because we've got significant growth ambition in all of our airlines as we move forward.
Do you find it strange, finally, Willie, do you find it strange that the Dutch government is buying into Air France KLM? One always thought, since British Airways itself is the product of privatisation, it seems a bit rum when governments are buying into airlines just to beat another government of the similar airline.
Yeah, I admit I didn't see that coming. I can understand why the government has done that. I think they want to have more balance in the ownership of the airline. And I suppose if you want to look at it from a strategic point of view, I think having the Dutch government as a major shareholder may well be a positive in terms of balancing what some people see as the negative influence of the French government on Air France KLM, or particularly on Air France. But clearly in the Netherlands, they're concerned about any negative impact that it might have on KLM, which I think is a fantastic airline. I think the management team at KLM under Peter Elbers has done an outstanding job. And, you know, when you look at the performance of KLM and contrast that to the poor performance of Air France, you know, I think you can begin to understand why they might have made this move. But it is a surprise.